Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about M.Des program, which is called Masters of Design program offered by NIFT. So Masters of Design program is basically a 2-year full-time integrated masters program offered by the NIFT Institute. I felt that there is a little knowledge or guidance available on the internet about this program, and hence I decided to make the video by collaborating with a very good friend of mine whose name is Aatmika. Aatmika is basically a 2020 M.Des postgraduate from NIFT Mumbai, and since she has done M.Des from NIFT, and hence I thought it would be great to listen some interesting insights about the M.Des program directly from her, so that both of us collectively can help out the new students in deciding or maybe taking an informed decision about this program. So, hi Aatmika, how are you?
Hi Rishabh, I'm good. Hi everybody, how are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So Aatmika, first of all, thank you so much for collaborating and joining us with us on this channel. It feels so good to have you here with us.
Pleasure is all mine, Rishabh. Thank you for starting this great initiative and helping people make informed decisions. That's a great initiative there.
Thank you. So Aatmika, before we start discussing about the program, please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Alright, so I have been working as a brand strategist and design researcher with the, I'm freelancing currently, but before this I was working with a performance marketing firm and I did some collaterals with content strategies and everything for them. So before getting into design, I did my bachelor's in biochemistry, and then I did theatre for a while, and then I switched and did my master's in design from NIFT Mumbai. And my specialization was design for society. So I think that's something I did and I'm doing right now.
So good to know about you, Aatmika. One thing I want to highlight about whatever she said just now is that she's not from a design background. She did biochemistry and then shifted to M.Des program, and I think these inputs would be useful in whatever we would be discussing in our further content.
That's right.
So Aatmika, my first question is, what exactly is M.Des program?
So Masters in Design or M.Des program offered by NIFT is a postgraduate program which they run in 4 centers: NIFT Delhi, NIFT Kannur, NIFT Bangalore and NIFT Mumbai. The program focuses more on design research, design thinking and basics of how design methodologies work. They do not teach basic principles that are taught in bachelors, the technicalities that are taught in bachelors, but everything layered over that.
So Aatmika, is it necessary to have a bachelor's degree in designing or have some designing background in order to be eligible for this program? With this, please explain the eligibility criteria of doing this program.
So eligibility for this program, you can do it if you have any undergraduate degree or any diploma, minimum 3 years. So if you need a designing background or a designing degree, no. I did my biochemistry and I ended up doing this course. I had friends who were engineer, architects, and in fact some people who completed their bachelor's from NIFT and they were continuing their master's from here. However, it's my personal opinion, it's better if you have some basic understanding about the design world and design principles, because it will help you whatever you layer on in the program further.
Right. With this, I want to clear one doubt which majority of the students have. The doubt that they have is that in order to be eligible of doing this master's program, they need to have a bachelor degree in design. And I think that doubt is already cleared by Aatmika, that it is not necessary to have a bachelor's degree in design. Right? You can be from a different background altogether and then pursue this program, like how Aatmika did. So
we even have a dentist.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah. So I think people are from different backgrounds. You might be having people from all sorts of
right. We had designers, we had architects, we had engineers, we had dentists, we had biochemists, we had people from, like, we even had people who did English honors and ended up doing this.
That's nice.
So,
and it's always good to have a good diversity of people in your batch, because you get to learn so many things from different sorts of people.
Interestingly, that's how the course is structured. So let's talk further about it.
Yeah, sure. So Aatmika, my next question is, what are the different subjects that you have studied in the course, and also tell which one was your favorite?
So our course was divided into 4 parts. First was majors, then specializations, then we had a minor, and then some general electives. So the major subjects that everybody have to do was design innovation, sustainability and craft. Then we had trend forecasting, and we had dissertation research project. So a little bit more about these 4. So in design innovation, we were taught design thinking and basically design research methods. In sustainability and crafts, we were introduced to the sustainability in our environment, how it impacts us and everything, and how craft is also a sustainable practice, how it empowers other people and everything. Then came our trend forecasting. So as a designer, it's very important to understand what's happening around us.
Correct.
In any design discipline.
Right.
So that's where our trend forecasting major helped us. And then design dissertation research project. Since it's a master's program and you have to by the end in one whole semester write a thesis. So this dissertation research project helped us discover what topics we wanted to explore throughout the 3 semesters that we were studying the other courses. So this is a little bit about the subject that we've studied. So my personal favorite was sustainability and crafts because it helped me feel much more closer to the people and understand real problems on field. So that's one subject I really enjoyed.
Okay. That's I think it is so interesting to know about the the little bit details that you just told about the program. So Aatmika, since you have spoken about the different subjects that this course offers, please tell what are the different specializations that this course offers to the students.
So this course offers 4 specializations. 1, brand strategy. Second, user experience or interface design, UX UI, theoretical design, and design for society. A little bit more about all the 4. So brand strategy is somewhere a mix of marketing, business and design. Your UX UI is somewhere, it involves user research, studying more about the users, and then developing apps and like
basically it is also called human computer interaction. That's what I've heard.
I think it's a little different, but on the same lines, similar.
Okay.
It's brother and sister. So then we have theoretical design. So after doing that, you pick up a subject and you elaborately research on it. So you can be a magazine editor after it, or design magazine editor, or content strategist, or something of that sort, I guess. Not that clarity about this one because didn't encounter this like anybody doing this so far. And design for society is basically wherein they teach you how better you can design so that a society or people, their lives improve, or the problem is solved basically for a particular community. So design for special needs is a huge part of this particular course, this specialization, and I think that's mostly from the top 3 about the specialization.
Okay, so all the subjects are affiliated within these specializations only, or there are specific subjects which are taught in these specializations, and the other subjects are taught under different sections.
So the majors that I talked about before, they all are taught to all the people with these specializations. But the subjects that are there in, like for example, for design for society, we had design for special needs. So that is something that is taught just to design for society kids. So there are subjects under these specializations that are taught just to the students of those specializations. But the majors are something that are taught to all the students of the specialization. So that's there. And then you also have minors.
Okay.
Minors are something you can choose from different design faculties or fraternities that are there. For example, from fashion design, from accessory design. So they offer you minors and you can choose accordingly, which supports your specialization and your plans with what you want to do next. Like for example, a person who's doing brand strategy could pick up fashion communication minor, which is about styling and social media planning and everything. So that will help them put in strategies that are there for forming for brand, translate that into social media as well, and become a content strategist or a brand strategist afterward. So the beauty of this whole course is that you choose, like the majors are there, they're gonna stay, but you can choose your specializations, minors in such a way that they add to your majors, and you get a straight pathway to maybe becoming an art director or a user researcher or a UX UI designer, product designer, or etc. etc.
So Aatmika, with this, I also want to know, how was your overall experience of doing this program?
So interestingly, this course helped me improve my interpersonal skills foremost. It improved my personality overall. And then it made me realize that design is everywhere and design is everything. Even your systems are design. And if you look closely, you're sitting in a room with 50 different things and design in all those 50 different things.
Correct.
So that was the best beauty of this course, and it helped me, it taught me how to think design, or maybe design thinking. So overall the experience, apart from the skills that I got from there, it's pleasant. The teachers, the faculty, they're very knowledgeable. They help you in every step, and you get to meet so many different people from all walks of life. It overall is sometimes a very surreal experience, that you're sitting in a room full of people from different states, from different backgrounds and experiences.
That is true.
So overall it was amazing. It changed me. All I can say.
Right. Since very true. I totally agree to whatever you are saying, because I was, as you know, that I'm also a NIFT product. Like I've done Masters of Fashion Management from NIFT. And I also, my experience was also very much similar to what Aatmika you have experienced. Is because people in my batch also, people were from all sorts of backgrounds. They were from different states, and plus what I've observed is that NIFT curriculum is designed in such a way that it actually enhances your overall personality.
Absolutely.
First thing, and second, it not only helps you in achieve your not only helps in achieving your academic goals, but it also helps you in enhancing your communication skills, your networking skills, and I think all these soft skills are also very much important in your career growth.
So interestingly, we have general electives. You might also have
yes.
So I think they play a very important role into shaping how we put ourselves in front of society.
Absolutely.
Or in our professional networks. So I think that's there. That's why NIFT product is quite different from all the other academies.
That's what basically differentiates you from the other people who are passout of different colleges.
Absolutely.
So Aatmika, since we have already talked about the basic details about the program, it's time to come to the how to prepare section. So please tell, what is the structure of NIFT M.Des entrance examination?
So NIFT M.Des entrance examination essentially can be divided into two phases. In first phase, you have to appear for a written examination. In written examination, you have two parts. One, wherein they are testing your general aptitude, your communication skills, and your GK. And another one where you have to draw. Like essentially it's related to how you think, how you translate what you're thinking into drawing, and like how you represent it. After you've cleared this examination.
What is the duration of this written test?
Right. So the written test is essentially 5 hours, 2 hours for your aptitude one, and 3 hours for your drawing part. So once you clear this, you get to the next phase, which is GD and PI, which is essentially group discussion and personal interview. So in group discussions, you have topics, whatever the current things are happening in fashion, design, whatever, maybe, for example, Ukraine and Russia war is going right now. So how maybe that will impact the industry or things like that. They talk about sustainability also, crafts also. So one should prepare these certain topics and go into the GD. And for personal interviews, they are basically checking, how serious or how clear you are about the course. And somewhere if you're enthusiastic, what kind of a person you are, and somewhere they check your interpersonal skills in there.
Right.
So nothing to worry about, and I think you don't need a portfolio, but it's always good to have something in hand, although they don't ask you for it, but it's good to have something.
Yeah, portfolio and resume.
Yeah, portfolio. Resume not so much. For us it's not needed that much, but portfolio yes.
Okay. Also guys, I want to say that I already had made a separate video on the topic how to prepare for GDPI NIFT Masters entrance. Go and check it out. All the tips and tricks have been mentioned in that video separately. Aatmika, since we are talking about the entrance thing only, I also want to know that what was your strategy in preparing for the entrance examination first, and second, also tell, did you take any coaching?
So I was preparing for NID essentially.
Okay.
So I think in a sense we can say I did coached for it, but for NIFT examination, since I was not concentrating on it much, but I knew that if I have to crack it, I audited myself, like what are my strengths. I worked on that, so my communications were fairly good enough, and my mathematics and GK was not that strong point. So instead of giving a lot of time onto that, I worked onto my strengths, which was my logical attitude and my communication skills. And then the drawing part, I practiced. I was practicing sketching and perspective drawings a ton, because that's something that you do for NID preparations as well. So that helped while I was appearing for NIFT. So all over, that was my strategy, to understand my strengths, then focus on them, and prepare my weaknesses up till a level that they're at an average stage, and focusing on my drawing skills a lot, because that is like, you know, a very important part in the whole examination when it comes to design.
Got it. And how much time did you devote on an average per day in order to prepare for the exam?
Honestly, I would say 1 to 2 hours a day.
Or you used to just, you know, you were working somewhere and you used to prepare it during the weekends?
No.
Was it like that?
No, actually, I was like not doing anything during that time, but I was watching a lot of content online to understand the principles of design, and I was basically preparing to be a designer rather than aiming and focusing on an institute that I have to get into an NID or I have to get into an NIFT, but I was preparing myself to become more of a designer, to think like a designer. So I was going through a lot of informational interviews of other designers, or you know, looking at you know, how a designer think or what the process is like. So most of my time went there, but for particularly examination, I devoted an hour and a half for practicing mathematics, maybe a little, and sketching skills. I sketched every day mostly.
So Aatmika, my next question is, what are the different career prospects after this program?
So interestingly, depending on what you have decided to become by the end, there are plenty of things that you can be. You can be an art director, you can be a brand strategist, you can be someone who develops brand identities, you can be UX UI designer, design researcher, anthropologist, or product designer. There are various things that you can be after doing this course, depending on what and how you've chosen and what you've studied during the time period. Apart from that, the kind of companies that hire people like these, like an art director, you have these positions available in design agencies. You even have these positions available in e-commerce companies, or startup companies, or you know, even for that, a food company would also have positions available like art direction or creative director or creative strategist or content strategist, which you all can be after doing this course.
So it means that you are not restricted to join a fashion or an apparel sector only. You will be open towards various type of industries. You can enter into
absolutely
different type of industries.
As I've explained the course before, you must have realized that it has got nothing to do with fashion extensively. If you want to do something like more deeply in fashion, like for example, you want to study more about zero waste, like zero waste in fashion or something like that, you can take those topics and you can direct your career towards that. But it's not necessarily be just that. That's the beauty of this course. If you want to be a content strategist, you can right from the start, you know, take courses which support that, and so forth and so on.
one thing I want to highlight here is that a lot of people have this kind of perception in their mind that if they're going for this M.Des program, then they will be studying about the fashion designing specifically, like designing of garment or any apparel garment. So, and whatever I have heard from Aatmika in the entire video, I can realize that the M.Des program has nothing to do with the designing of garment or designing of apparel, which probably means that if you want to get into that field, then it would be better to do a bachelor's in designing from NIFT rather than going for M.Des, right?
Yes, but if you think that you've missed the window and you cannot do bachelor's in design, there's another way that you can go about it. You can do a diploma for some years, like a year or 2 year diploma course in fashion design, then do this master's in design program. In this program, now you can choose a minor as fashion design, you can choose your theoretical design as B.Des specialization, and you have all your majors. In those majors, it is up to you that what topic you choose for your assignment. So your assignments could all be around apparels. And that's how you can actually get into the fashion design or fashion apparel industry as well. So again, repeating this again, this whole course gives you the key to make pathway, to take subjects according to you, according to what you want to be. So you have to be very clear in terms what you want to get out of this course in order to get best of this course.
Absolutely. Very meaningful and deep thought you have just portrayed here, and it is very important for all the newcomers to understand whatever she said right now, because that's how your career will get shaped after doing this program. So Aatmika, along with this, please tell what are the different salary packages that you get after doing this program.
So average salary packages were somewhere around 6. Because of Corona, there was a little dip.
Okay.
However, the batches before and after, the packages ranged anywhere from 4 to 10, even 12. But on an average, most of the people got placed around 6, and the highest paying job as a designer was UX/UI, and it still is a booming industry.
Yeah, right.
So that is there, and
which means salary range depends upon what kind of specialization you get into.
Yeah, what you want to be by the end, yes.
Okay, and you think that...
Not really specialization, I would just say that by the end what you want to... Like our directors get paid 7-8 lakhs like starting. That's the minimum. That's somewhere if you're working with a startup or something. So it really depends what you want to become by the end, what the position you're aiming for. Are you aiming for being a creative head of creative head will get paid nicely 8 and 10, anywhere around that in the industry with the startup or things like that. So it really depends what career pathway you choose for yourself.
And what kind of specialization does majority of the company offers during the placement?
So this time, since everything was offline and everybody was getting online, everybody was getting online, there were a lot of companies which offered UX/UI jobs. Like I would say good 65 to 70% of the companies that came for placement were UX/UI. Apart from that, there were a lot of senior graphic designer or a lot of creative head, content strategy and brand strategy opportunities as well. Not so much into product design, like lifestyle products, etc. But yeah, these positions.
Okay. Also, Aatmika, I would like to know, do you think that the ROI of doing this program is justifiable to what you're paying for the course?
I would say it definitely is in the longer run, because for me, I was a biochemist and I wanted to be a designer, and it worked as a nice transitional course for me, and I got an opportunity to become a designer, to explore design and feel with this course and learn about it. So for me, in long term, it is going to give me a lot of good returns as I see it. But when if I look at it in short term way, I think people can say it's debatable. Like you get whatever you've invested back in 2 years to 3 years.
Right.
But as there's this thing about design that as and when your experience increases,
the salary will also gets increased.
Exactly.
I totally agree with that.
So you can actually double what you're earning in good 2 years of experience if you have that kind of a portfolio.
Which probably means that many students might feel that whatever you are getting after doing this program they might think that is not fair to them, or that is very low. But over the years of time, as and when they will be having more years of workings, the salary bar also will tend to grow.
Absolutely.
And
so if someone who's already done maybe say for example, I had a friend who did fashion communication. So now he did UX UI as a specialization, and he started working in that same field, and he started at 8 or 9 LP, which is good enough for us starting in a new field as a newcomer.
absolutely.
So it really depends on your experience, like previous experience. If you don't have previous experience, this helps you start, get that experience, and get to the position where you want to be eventually in 2 to 3 years time.
So Aatmika, my next question is, how is M.Des program different from B.Des program? Basically, what is the difference between the two?
So in Bachelors of Design, that is offered by NIFT, you get to learn a lot of technical skills. You are taught how to think, and some things about design research and everything is also covered in your course. However, the intensity or the depth with which these topics are taken to is not the focus, but the focus is learning the skills, maybe how to stitch, or understanding materials, or the principles of graphic design or stuff like that. But when it comes to Masters of Design, you are sort of thought of as a person who's somewhere aware about all these basics, have a certain amount of knowledge about these things, and now you want to use those skills and deeply go into the topic and study more about it. Like for example, you can actually take up a topic in a project in material studies, sustainable material studies in this course also. And you can completely focus your thesis around that. You can make all your projects around that. So that's certainly how I see the difference between the two courses. One is more structured to teach you technical skills, and the other one then gives you opportunity to explore and go deeper in the topics that you want to explore in design, using the tools like design research or design thinking.
Makes sense. With this, I also want to ask, would you recommend a B.Des student to pursue M.Des? Would it be better for his or her career if he pursue M.Des, or B designing is necessary?
If you want, I do feel that after a bachelor's in design, the person should definitely go ahead and gain some experience, job experience. After a year or two, when they have explored enough and they have understood things enough, and they see somewhere a gap and they want to explore that, like for example in material sciences, or in maybe zero waste fashion or something, then they can actually use this course as a medium to explore those. Or if a person who's maybe doing fashion design wants to switch, maybe start doing UX UI, so maybe they can choose this course and come ahead and do it. So it's really dependent on the person, what they're doing, if they want to change, if they want to go ahead and do this. So it's really dependent on them. But if there's a need of doing it, again, maybe, and maybe not.
It basically depends from person to person what their expectations are, and how they want to shape up their career, right?
Absolutely. It really depends where you want to get by the end of the day.
With this, also tell how this course M.Des is different from MFM program offered by NIFT. And why I'm asking this question is because there are a lot of students who want to do masters, who want to pursue masters from NIFT, and they are unable to decide which course to pursue, MFM from or M.Des. So for those set of students, please give your viewpoint here.
So Masters of Design essentially focuses more on design research, design methodologies. But when it comes to Masters of Fashion Management, the course is very similar to M.Des. It's very much focused on business, marketing, management. But when it comes to, again, Masters in Design, you are limited to whatever there is in and around design, and not management or in-depth knowledge about business, management or marketing or Excel sheets. That's how I see it.
Right. No, absolutely correct. Like, no doubt that MFM is very much affiliated to, or it is very much similar to a proper business management degree, where you will get to know about all the different business and management subjects. You will be actually be studying all the subjects related to management and business. And also, guys, there is a separate video which I've made talking about the entire MFM program, in which I have spoken about the each and every detail about the MFM program. So you can watch that, and also you can watch this video for M.Des and then compare both of them, right?
Absolutely.
So Aatmika, my last question would be: is it really worth a shot? Is M.Des program doing worth a shot? Please tell this as per your own experience.
So for me personally, it definitely did what I wanted it to do for me. It gave me a safe passage into the designing world. But for you, I would say that you should first look at your own skill sets, then look at how this course is going to add into your skill sets, and third, what you want to be after doing this course. Because we've already talked about the various, there's huge possibilities of you becoming anything to anything with this course in design, and it's completely dependent on you, what your past degrees were, what your present wants are from this course, and ultimately then you'll be able to decide if this is worth for you to do or not. But for me personally, it worked. It was worth a shot.
It was right. It was the right decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, and also I think it depends on person to person what kind of expectations they have from the program,
Absolutely.
what kind of interest they have. For some of the people, it might be very interesting for them to study such kind of things, whatever you told in the video.
Absolutely.
For some people, it might seem that they are interested, but when they actually do it or get to know about the details of the course, they might not still feel the same. So I think it depends from person to person. It varies from person to person.
Absolutely.
And that's how people should think of this particular answer with respect to them, whether it would be a good shot for them or not.
Absolutely.
With this, I would like to close the discussion. Thank you so much, Aatmika, for coming and collaborating. You answered all the questions so wonderfully. It was so good to have you here.
I hope it helps you all.
Yeah, and if you have any doubts, if you still feel that there is much more to know about this program, you can definitely ask your doubts or questions on the comment section, or you can mail me the questions directly. I will try to answer the questions. I will try my best to answer the questions. Also, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please do it, because I'm planning to launch more number of videos on different topics. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Bye.